What's up everyone, it's boy Racing 97 aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome everyone to Gateway Motorsports Park, Gateway International Raceway, the track that has multiple names, and we're here for the first time ever on the channel, and first time ever in the Powerade Truck Series, and it's going to be a wild one. This track is kind of like a Darlington and a New Hampshire combined, very flat corners, 1.25 miles long, and 3 and 4 is wide sweeping. Meanwhile, 1 and 2 is a very tight corner. 1 and 2 is wider though than 3 and 4, and that could play into a factor as well. I'm not on foot. This one I'm joined by the team of Friesen Hammer Racing, and for the first time since Texas, I got K-Sharp up here in the booth, or Jack Haas.
Either or really works. I've been referred to as either, as well as some other things that we can't say here on the broadcast. No, it's good to be back. I didn't realize how long it had been since Texas, I think, was the last race in general I've commentated on. So it's been a while getting back, but happy to be back.
It's been a hot minute, and boy, have things changed since the last time you were in the booth. We are in the playoffs now with the chase, race 3 up the chase, and it's been a very tight chase so far. Of course, at Indianapolis Raceway Park, William Ayers got his first win, and then last week he almost got back-to-back, but it was a label that took it from him with 1.5 laps to go, and was the first driver with multiple wins, and is now the best of the West, 13th in the points. But tonight is race 3 up the chase. After tonight, we only have 4 races to go, and we are at a brand new race that we've never been to in the series or the channel before this week. What do you think will happen for these truckers here underneath the lights?
Well, to be totally honest with you, I have no idea. As you mentioned, this track is completely new to the channel, to this series. I think in my entire NR career, I guess we'll call it, I've only ever seen this track one time. And I honestly don't even remember how it went. I'm trying to look it up right now and I can't find it, so I quit. You had mentioned how 1 and 2 are quite wide here, but anytime I've seen this racetrack used, whether it be in a video game or in real life, it's tough to make that outside work. I know some people can do it, but you got to have the perfect setup for that. I feel like 1 and 2 is probably going to be right on the white line. If you're not on it, you're going to get moved away from it even further. 3 and 4, a little bit more of an opportunity to take a higher line. Low banking in both ends of the track, so there's not much wiggle room, but we might see a little bit in 3 and 4. I imagine it's going to be mostly a bottom feeder track, which is pretty par for the course in NR, but I think especially here tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think 3 and 4 is a big wild card, because that is a little bit more wide sweeping, and maybe some drivers can maybe diamond the corners or get risky and try that second or third lane. But 1 and 2 is definitely going to be hard to make a pass work, but we'll see what happens. Here's the points after the first 2 chase races for season number 5. The rookies, I should say, are 1-2. William Ayers is first, with Mendoza in second, 7 points behind. Jordan Stout, who is on the pole here tonight, is 10 points behind. And Eli Bright is in 4th, also 10 points behind. Nick Lopez is 5th, 11 points behind. 6th is Caleb Rose, 16 points behind. 7th is Ben Watson, minus 22. 8th is Matthew Burnett, who unfortunately blew a motor last week at Chicago and went from leading the points to now in 8th in points, minus 24. Zachary Fitzwater is in 9th, minus 34. Justin Zeidel is in 10th, minus 36. Sean Martin is in 11th, minus 37, and unfortunately the season 1 champion and the all-time wins leader, Juan Garcia, had a terrible first 2 chase races, and he's at 12th in points, minus 48. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get these truckers rolling off here at Gateway Motorsports Park for the 16th time for season number 5. Make sure everyone is rolling. It looks like that is the case. And, well, this one could be a wild card pick, since we've never been here before, but I'm going to lay on you. Who do you think will win here tonight at Gateway?
Johnny Hernandez. Just kidding. There's no bias there at all. No, I'll be serious. How do you not go with the one singular driver that's managed to find victory lane more than once this year and is starting tonight's race on the outside pole? Best of the rest, as you mentioned. He's got something to prove, just missed out on the chase, but still a lot to fight for 13th. I got to go with Aaron Abel today, or tonight.
Not a bad pick, trying to go back-to-back, and there is a little bit of bragging rights if you're able to finish 13th in points, being the best of the West, and you can put a little bit of an asterisk and say, hey, if I made the chase, maybe who knows what would happen, but it's been a good stretch of races so far for Aaron Abel, and not a bad pick. Maybe he can get me number 3 here tonight for Tricon Garage. And off the turn number 4, this long sweeping turn 3 and 4, it would be Jordan Stout and Aaron Abel lanes to the green on the front row. Should have one pit stop around lap 25 if we make it that far. But with a lot of unknowns, we have to wait and see on if we make it. Jordan Stout and Aaron Abel will lead us to the green. And we have green flag race for the Alamo 200 at Gateway for the first time ever on the NS Racing 97. Two and 3 wide already here at Gateway International Raceway. Fantastic stuff in the back of the field. They've calmed it down for the time being with that 3 wide move in the back, but right now is Stout, Abel, and Watson the top 3. How about Matt Johnson? He's had a struggling season in his number 13. He's up inside the top 5. Lopez got loose in the back, and here comes the defending, well, not the defending, but the season 1 champion. Want to go see him inside the top 5 as well.
Oh, he's kind of still defending that first season championship, right? We got a battle for 3 wide just behind this. I couldn't tell for sure. Were they hitting the wall off 4 on the first lap? If they weren't, they were getting awfully close. It looked like there were about 3 or 4 trucks that were about to scrape it. Oh, look at this battle for the lead. Power move by Aaron Abel on the first lap. They're getting down to the bottom in front of Benny Watson, and it's paid off. We have a new leader.
Well, lap 1 was a little bit close a couple of times, and Aaron Abel might just say, screw all the chase drivers. I want to get as many wins as possible. He won last week at Chicagoland for the last 2-lap pass with 1.5 laps to go. And from second to first already, and able to the point. And Tricon is looking strong because not only do they have the number 11 up front, but here comes the number 17 of Juan Garcia. Here comes maybe Alfred in the number 02. He's had a solid second half of the season in his 02 truck for Young's Motorsports. Eli Bright with a much better qualifying effort than what he did last week to one of the second lane, but so far looks like that inside lane is really want to be Williams in this number 25 truck made into the season 5 cup chase and trying to get some track time for the cup race tomorrow. And we got an early caution on that number 5.
Oh dear.
Looks like it goes in turn 1, and looks like it goes to number 50, sets of Skylar Taylor.
Sorry, excuse me. I try not to do that most of this broadcast. A little under the weather. Yeah, I don't see anybody else around Skylar Taylor in the 56 truck. I almost wonder if this was a case of just getting turned off the front bumper of another truck, or maybe they had some trouble. Who knows? We have one pit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think it was just a 1/12 spin, but here's the thing: it's 25 laps on fuel. If you pit here, you would pit around lap 30. Maybe some damage. I don't think he has damage, so I think might just be an alternate strategy for the point leader. Have to wait and see if this plays out.
It's an interesting alternate strategy for sure. Was that Skylar Taylor, the second truck on?
I believe so. Yep.
The heavy damage to the 56, it looks like, or is that just glare?
That might be glare. But I did see skid marks in 1 and 2.
It looks like the spoiler's bent up pretty bad on that truck. Oh no, that was glare. Never mind.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, we got heavy damage on the right side of the
Oh,
points leader.
never mind. Looking at the right side, and it's not an alternate strategy. William is the point leader, and Skylar Taylor looks like to be the two twats that caused this one. Not gonna be out. Gonna go back and fix it, and that's big for the point leader.
Oh, absolutely, that's huge. That's going to be tough to come back from, especially where being off strategy now, or on an alternate strategy, I should say. That's really unfortunate.
Well, let's take a look at what happened to the point leader of William Ayers and Skylar Taylor in turn number 1 here at Gateway with a early caution here tonight in the Alamo 200 in race number 16 of the season. Well, I mentioned that this is a short track type track, and we might have a little bit of a beef moment here between William Ayers and Skylar Taylor just entering turn 1, and William Ayers just turns to 56 to Skylar Taylor. Just went into the turn too deep, and unfortunately for Skylar Taylor, is going to hit the outside wall hard with the front end of the truck, and that's definitely going to cause some front end damage and possibly some engine damage. And then the number 2 of William Ayers hit the outside wall with the right side, but that's very unfortunate. For the 56 just getting dumped, it was one of the inside the top 12, I believe, and I don't know what the rookie was doing, but that's definitely a rookie mistake for our point leader.
Yeah, Nathan, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Just a simple rookie mistake. I'm not totally sure what Ayers was trying there, as we've kind of alluded to. The outside's not the lane to go, so I'm not sure what the intent was, but definitely misjudged it, and we hope that wasn't terminal for the 56, because completely undeserved for sure.
Yeah, not what she wanted for Skylar Taylor in number 56, but it was unable to let us back to the green, to the yellow flag, I should say, and let's go ahead and get back to restart here for the first time after the first caution of the night. Welcome back to Gateway, and after a early caution with the point leader William Ayers and Skylar Taylor, we will go back green on lap number 9 of 40. The only 2 trucks that came down pit road was the 2 and the 56, so no one else pitted, and it should still be about 25 to maybe 27. Maybe they could save a couple laps on the caution. It would be William Ayers, Benny Watson, Jordan Stout, Juan Garcia, Matt Johnson, Avery Alford, Eli Blight, Logan Williams, Johnny Hernandez inside the top 10, and Mendoza, who was second in points, and that's going to massively help her to possibly feel as the point leader. But at the same time, Jordan Stout is in third, and he was only 3 points behind. So it's going to be tight between Stout, Mendoza, and Blight. But it's still only on 32 laps to go, and we still have a pit stop at some point. And it would be Aaron Abel and Benny Watson leading us back to the restart here at Gateway. And what a jump from that number 11.
Oh my. It looked like Jordan Stout's jump off the original start.
Oh boy. Yeah, fantastic jump from Aaron Abel right there in number 11. And how about Fitzy making some moves back there? John Hernandez trying to make some moves as well. And now this is going to be interesting, as here comes Juan Garcia to the inside. Maybe, yes he does, battle for third.
I wasn't joking last time I was in the booth. Well, I might not have done last time. Anyway, about the Garcias being quite strong when I'm in the booth. I'm pretty sure 2 of the 3 races I've called on your channel were won by either him or Ace, so I'm not a bit surprised.
Yeah, not Gateway. Oh my goodness, Logan Williams got fairly sideways off of turn 2. Don't know what exactly happened, but you are on something. Juan Garcia won all the way back at Phoenix when you were in the booth, and then at Rockingham in the Cup Series, Ace Garcia won. So that's a good track history. And Juan Garcia, 12th in points, he needs a good one, and right now he's having it 5th on track. And here comes Eli Blight. He's done a very good job this season for the Sneeze Motorsports, and he's going to get himself into the top 5. Avery Alford following through, and John Hernandez. Oh my goodness!
Boy.
Oh my goodness! Chris Jericho, Matthew Burnett, Sam Oskin, and we are under caution for the second time here tonight.
I know it's not proper to laugh at something like that, but it just happened to catch it on the right side of the screen there. It's not often that you get to watch one in real time like that.
Jericho
That is not a good look.
Jericho took a couple big hits. He's gonna be done. I saw Burnett, who I thought would be a championship contender at ILP. He was, but at Chicago, and he blew up when he wasn't running inside the top 5, top 10, and unfortunately got spun around. I don't know how much damage he will have. And now that do these guys pit? Looks like they are.
They could probably make this one work if they are able to save. I mean, at this rate, we're on lap 12 and it's our second caution already. So I would think if that pace continues, we'll be able to stretch this one to the end. At least I hope so, or else we're going to have a crazy one.
Yeah, I think it's about 25 to 26 laps on fuel. Maybe 27. So with some of these caution laps that we already have, they could have maybe stretched it a little bit. But maybe these guys are banking on this race being a crazy one with a lot of cautions. And see what happens here. And Abel on pit road. Everyone on pit road looks like it's going to be 4-tire strategy. And
say they're the two trucks that had pit the first time too, so they're back on the majority strategy.
Yep, they're on the same strategy. And a good pit stop for a lot of these drivers. A slow stop for Mendoza. Oh my goodness, this is a tight pit road. And I don't think Matthew Burnett's going to have too much damage since he's already off pit road. So, must not be too bad for that number 15. But
he was the one I saw break sideways. I couldn't tell who was the one he was turning across, but it was definitely the 15 that caught my eye.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I shouldn't be seeing a number 15 from that camera angle.
Well, the first time ever at Gateway for the Truck Series. This is a wild one. 2 cautions and 12 laps, and well, if this keeps up, we might be here for a while. It's been a clean season for the most part, but we'll leave it to a brand new short track-esque track, and we're seeing what has happened so far. A great pit stop from Juan Garcia and Eli Bright, as Abel's gonna have to deal with 1, 2, 3, and 4 chases right behind him. And before we get to the restart, let's see what brought the second caution of the night here at Gateway. Well, this is a rookie mistake from a veteran. Matthew Burnett came up. Mendoza looked like she came down a little bit. And then the two crossed and unfortunately spun them out. And then Jericho came in late and finished off Matthew Burnett. And then back up the racetrack, sideswiped the 45. And the 9 with a little bit of damage, the 24 with a little bit of damage. And then that caused the 12 of Sam Oskin to get a little bit of damage as well. So a multi-truck incident. And unfortunately, those hits right there were able to knock out the number 4 truck here in this one. And gonna be the only casualty, but a tough one for Burnett, Oskin, Nelson in that one. Luckily, Mendoza was able to keep it straight. A good save from her. Second in the point standings, but wild night away here at Gateway.
Yeah, definitely just an instance of a couple drivers. I don't even know if you can call it miscommunication. We saw Mendoza run a little bit high, probably got loose coming off the corner. Burnett had nowhere to go. Same with Jericho. And we had those trucks that we really didn't see in the full, or in the live angle that got involved too, the 12, the 24, as you mentioned. But,
oh my goodness.
There's a slide. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen. But yeah, just a, I would call that just a racing incident, honestly. The 75, again, just probably a little loose, and a couple guys underneath had nowhere to go.
Very unfortunate, and that's kind of a thing that tends to happen here at Gateway. Turn 2, the trucks get tight, and unfortunate break for him and for everyone involved, and Abel will lead us back to the restart once again. And let's get back to the restart for the second time here tonight. Welcome back to Gateway, and this is definitely turning into a wild one here for these Truck Series drivers for Chase Race number 3. We will go back green with 25 laps to go, so in theory, if they are able to save enough fuel, they should be able to make it if we stay green all the way. Christian goes out in the number 4 truck, unfortunately, with that second crash of the night. And it will be unable still the race leader. Watson in second, Garcia with a +1 on pit road up to third. Eli Bright in fourth, Stout in fifth, Avery Alford in sixth, Sean Hernandez in seventh, Nick Lopez in eighth, Logan Williams in ninth, and Matt Johnson still hanging tough inside the top 10. But he has a couple of chases behind him of Zachary Fitzwater and Justin Seidel in 11th and 12th. 25 laps to go. Pace truck is going to dive down onto pit road. And let's see what happens this time on this restart with Abel. Oh, not as good as a restart this time. Watson saw the 11. Here comes Avery Alford to the inside of the 35 for 5th. Alford having a strong one here tonight. So is the 32. Nick Lopez set up the racetrack. These guys are getting loose off turn number 2. And top 4 are broken away. But it's not as good of a restart as what Abel did on a previous one, because he has 3 chases right behind him.
Yeah, not as good of his initial jump, that's for sure. But we've been seeing on the short run, he's still able to pull away as he's doing now. He's opened up a few truck lengths, probably looks like about 3 truck lengths lead. And I'm not sure what he's got for a long run, because we haven't had a long run, but at least in the first 5-6 laps, he's got a pretty quick truck. Oh, they're close to the wall back there.
Yeah, turn 2, they tend to get a little bit tight sometimes, and that's what we've seen a couple times already. How about Avery Alford having a great one here tonight in this number 02 truck, trying to get a second round on the season here tonight, and throwing us out to the inside of Eli Bright. But meanwhile, for the race to lead, Ben Watson and Abel battling for the top spot. Watson with 1 win this season. And he's going to move the 11 out of the way.
Oh. Yeah, that's that outside. That's what I was saying in the pre-race. Turns 1 and 2, it's imperative. You got to hook that bottom. There's no room for error there. We saw, excuse me, we saw Eli Bright hold off a pass, fend off a pass, in turns 3 and 4 a little earlier on the outside. But 1 and 2, you just can't do it.
Yeah. 3 and 4, a lot of options, but 1 and 2, occasionally, if you have the truck to do it, that outside lane can work, and we have a third caution in 19 laps. Oh my, oh no.
Oh no.
The night has gone bad to worse for Matthew Burnett. It's Chicagoland 2.0 for Matthew Burnett. He blew up at Chicagoland and he gets spun again for the second time tonight.
They're 3 wide under caution, or was that the pace truck?
I believe that was the pace truck.
Okay, never mind. I don't have my glasses on.
Still racing back to the line, and well, I can't believe that this has happened, but 3 cautions and 20 laps, and the way this is going, it might have six cautions at this rate. It's not been like this all season.
Do they pit here?
Yeah.
Would you try to stretch it, or are you thinking maybe...
Oh, I think they're going to pit.
Oh, it looks like they are too.
Yeah.
Is anybody going to try to stretch it, though? I thought this might be the caution some of them were looking for, but the crew chiefs disagree.
Yeah, I think they could have saved a lot, but they're not going to risk it. Everyone's going to pit here. And now this is easily, they should be... Oh
boy, we got a lot of takers on the staying out strategy. Well, not a lot. I guess there's only 3, but...
The 88, the 38, and the 2.
I spoke too soon with a poor camera angle. My apologies.
Well, that means whoever wins the race off pit road will start 4th here on the restart instead of the race leader. And now what do they do? Is it going to be fuel only? Looks like it's going to be fuel only.
Looks like fuel only for sure.
Oh,
that's not.
Oh no!
What do we got going on here?
The 41 and the 75 have a little bit of contact. And I mentioned that it's a very narrow pit road. unlike the actual racetrack, it's a very narrow pit road, and luckily not too much action on pit road, but it's gonna be interesting. Everyone took fuel only to gas it up and be able to make it all the way.
This is going to shake things up big time. A lot of the leaders, well, actually, they might be merging back in now. It looked like a lot of the trucks that were up front had lost a few. I guess Jordan Stout had lost a few spots on track, so I guess I was expecting him to come out in third or so, but that's my mistake. He was a little further back than I thought. Still, though, jumbled up a little bit, not too much.
So top three stay out, and then it's gonna be Watson, Alfred, Hernandez, those drivers in the third spot, well, sixth spot, but third out of the drivers that pitted. And Juan Garcia and Jordan Stout and Nick Lopez and all of the chasers up front. Abel with a bad pit stop.
Abel.
Oh my goodness. He was the leader.
Second.
Was second, yeah, he was second. Well, let's see what happened to Matthew Burnett off of turn number 4. We've had action on every corner besides turn 3 now here tonight. And let's take a look at what happened. Well, we found out what happened to Matthew Burnett, and I honestly feel so bad for the 15. The 5 of Roberto Crown Jr. gets into the 98 of Donnie Farrington. And the 15 helped his teammate save it. But in the process, he takes himself out and hits the inside wall a little bit for Matthew Burnett. It's not been a good couple of races for the 15 truck after getting second at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Blue-Ray engine last week at Chicagoland and now involved in a second crash of the night here at Gateway. Not a good night, but I guess the only bright side is that he saved his teammate in Roberto Crown Jr., but tough night for this 15 team.
Just a case of trying to drive the outside here. Roberto Crown Jr. gets inside the 98. I don't know if must have been some aerodynamic issue. He gets a little loose off turn 4, overcorrects into the 98, and once again, for the second caution in a row, Matthew Burnett simply had nowhere to go. An innocent bystander. Unfortunately, that's part of it. You hate to see that for somebody that's had such a strong season up until the last couple of races, but that's the way she goes sometimes.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Hopefully Burnett can have a better race at Las Vegas in a couple of weeks for the Truck Series. Hopefully he does not get turned, and hopefully he does not blow up for this 15 truck. But meanwhile, a couple of trucks stayed out of Bradley Weem, and I believe Sean Munn and William Ayers, so we'll see how that plays out on the restart here for the third time of the night. Well, 3 cautions in turn 1, turn 2, and turn 4, and we have some strategy. The top 3 stayed out, and then 4th on back came in for a splash of fuel. So, really the top 3 should not have too much of a problem with tire wear compared to everyone else, but it will be Bradley Weem, Sean Munn, and William Ayers who stayed out. And then Ben Watson, Avery Alford, Johnny Hernandez, Juan Garcia, Jordan Stout, Nick Lopez, and Eli Boyd the top 10. And if you think that's a lot of chases, well, how about one more of Justin Lydell in 11. So a lot of chases up front here, and Fitzy's not too far behind. And a man able for slow stop, apparently. He lost a lot of ground. He was second, but he's at least going to be outside the top 10 here. 3 quick yellows. Let's see what happens this time. And through the restart zone. And it will be back racing with 17 laps to go here at Gateway for the Alamo 200. Oh my goodness. Here comes William Ayers to the inside, not quite, but how about Avery Alford here tonight? How about Juan Garcia to the inside, Johnny Hernandez? Avery Alford might have a truck to win here tonight at Gateway and get a second win on a season.
I would tend to agree with that, considering the front 3 are on an alternate strategy. They might have enough to make it, but it's hard to say. It probably wouldn't hurt them to get another caution. That's impressive out of the O2. Just looking through the stats here, seeing he does have 1 win, which is impressive on its own, but considering we're to this point in the season and only 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s at the same note, This is a great run and a
Oh,
run that truck needed. That's not turn 2 that he needed though. That was squirrely. Look at the time he lost too.
oh yeah. Turn 2, sometimes they get tight and sometimes they get really, really sideways!
Oh no! That wasn't supposed to happen.
Johnny Hernandez turns to chase driver. I don't know if the caution's gonna be out. And it is.
Oh dear. Oh, I got some explaining to do now.
Oh no. Caution number 4 and Chicagoland has happened all over again.
Was that on? I'm pretty sure that was on the entry. So we have now officially had a caution in all 4 corners.
4 cautions and all of them in every corner.
Absolutely. Well, there goes that strategy for the 38 of Sean and Martin. They're bailing on it. I feel like they kind of had made their bed there, but once again, this is why I'm not a crew chief.
Well, I don't think GMS and Ben Watson's gonna be too happy with 4 truck right there, but 4th caution of the night. And I believe the only truck pitting is going to be, unfortunately, the 38. Going to bail on that strategy, and that is the case. No one else is going to pit. Luckily, not too much damage for the 23, but that sucks for Ben Watson. He could have been in a position to win, but this has been a crazy race, and a 4th caution here tonight. Let's see what happens on the restart here after we see what happened to the number 23 of Benny Watson. Well, here we go. This is about the 4th caution of the night. A very simple spin, but we're gonna have some thing to say about this one. Ben Watson was clear for the moment, and then you see John Hernandez get to the inside, but why when they try getting to the inside of the 23, Sean Stout decided to get to the inside of the 52 and barely tapped the 23's corner panel, and that sent around Ben Watson in the number 23. And unfortunately, with how flat this track is, he hit the outside wall not too hard. And that was the cause for our 4th caution of the night. A very simple spin, but that one could have been avoided. Tough one right there for Ben Watson in the number 23.
I'd love to do anything I can here to defend my driver, but I don't know if there's anything I can in this case. Jordan Stout was looking inside, but I feel as though the contact was already made. Yeah. The 23 was definitely around before Stout got there. That's just, I mean, it might sound biased coming from me, but once again, I feel it's just a racing incident. We're in the latter half of the race. Obviously, you hate to see it again for a championship contender such as Benny Watson, but everybody's going for it. I can't truly fault anybody for that. It was over aggressive, but got to go for it.
Yeah, it was over aggressive, but that's Gateway for you. This is it's just basically a big short track. So, tough play for the 23, and maybe you're gonna have better luck next time at Las Vegas. Meanwhile, we will go back with 11 laps to go here in this one in the Alamo 200. It's been a wild one, and we'll see if William Ayers and Bradley can make it on field from here. Will we get a caution? We just have to wait and see. Let's get back to the restart with 11 to go here at Gateway. Welcome back to a wild one here for the Powerade Truck Series Chase Race number 3. And we've had a caution in every corner. Turn 1, Turn 2, Turn 3, Turn 4 now. And maybe we will be done here tonight with cautions. We have 11 laps to go. Still 31 cars on, or 31 trucks on track. The 38 bailed on that strategy, so now it's the 88 and William Ayers out front. Then we got Avery Alford in 3rd. 4th is Juan Garcia. 5th is Jordan Stout. 6th is Justin Zidell now. 7th is Nick Lopez. 8th is Aaron Abel. 9th, after a controversial move, still inside the top 10 for John Hernandez. And Eli Blight still inside the top 10. Now Fitzy's starting to close into the top 10, same with Caleb Rose. So a lot of chase drivers are still up front here in this race. And we'll see. The longest green flag one have not been more than a handful of laps here in this one. I think the max is like 5 or 6. So we'll see if we can stay green from here on out. 11 laps to go with William Ayers and Avery out for the top 3.
I was expecting a dive bomb out of the O2.
I was expecting one too. A lot of double wide, and I thought I saw a little bit of 3 wide in the back. Oh, here we go. He had to
There
warm up
it
the
is.
tires. Here comes
Yes,
Avery
of
Alford.
course.
Side by side. And I had to agree with you. If this thing stays green long enough and Avery Alford can take the race lead, this could be all but over for this number 2 spot to get a number 2 on the season.
I think so. I think he had one of the better trucks throughout the race. Or I shouldn't say that yet. We're not home free yet, but throughout this race so far, the O2 has definitely been one of the Oh my!
Oh no!
Oh, they're doing it again! Oh no!
Oh my goodness, Angel Gutierrez. No caution, you're still green. I think...
No caution. that was more than what happened with the 23.
I think the officials have gave up at this point.
Cautions have been turned off.
No more cautions for the final 10 laps. Nick Lopez to the inside of Jordan Stout. That's definitely for Angel Gutierrez especially. It looks like they hit the inside wall a ton. That would be in the corner of the screen. But right now, Bradley Weem is going to have a tough challenge here, because he not only has to deal with Avery Alford, but here comes the all-time wins leader of Juan Garcia, and I think if he ends up winning again when you're in the booth, he might want you to be in the booth for the rest of the season. Because so far, he won when you win the booth at Phoenix, and then Ace Garcia won at Rockham in the Cup Series side, so if Juan Garcia wins, he would be 3 for 3 with Garcia's winning here in the races that you've called so far this year.
3 for 4. The Texas race.
Oh yeah,
although that might have been a little different though, because it wasn't just me. It was myself and Trey Bardo. And let's quit talking about that, because we have a pass for the lead.
Avery Alford is going to take the race lead away, at least try to. But can Bradley Weem get a little bit of a 1 in that second lane? No, he does not. New leader, Avery Alford trying to get a second one on the season. But if he wants to do that, he's going to have to hold off not only the all-time wins leader, but the season 1 champion and chase driver who needs a good one here tonight in Juan Garcia.
You want to talk about a good run? He didn't necessarily need one, but do you remember... Oh, just a few minutes ago. It wasn't all that long ago. We were talking about the adversity that the 2 team was facing with that wreck early. Now, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, because obviously there are a few concerns with fuel in that truck as well as with the 88. But if those cautions were enough to stretch the fuel, that was a major call by that team. And it's looking like, coming to 5 to go, it might have been the right one.
Yeah, if that was the call that the crew chief made, then that is a 100% right call from that team. And he might even take third away from his fellow driver that is on the same strategy, Bradley Weem, who he's had an up and down season, 24th in points, but won in the 4th position. And how about chases galore here? We have Juan Garcia, William Ayers, Jordan Stout, Nick Lopez, Justin Lydell, Eli Bright, all inside the top 10. Mendoza, Fitzy, and Caleb Rose just outside of the top 10. So a lot of chasers are up front. But unfortunately, Sean Mon and Ben Watson, they've had their own problems here tonight. They are in the back. And oh no!
Oh no, there it is.
They cannot make it for the 212. Well,
let me just say, I qualified my statement by saying we're not there yet.
Yeah, that is true. Let's see if Bradley Weem can make it. He's gonna stay out, so it's still not gonna be a good night for the point leader. Alpha running a lane higher, Garcia running a lane lower. This is not over. It's either gonna be Avery Alford, the rookie, getting his second win on the season, or Juan Garcia's gonna get his second win on the season here tonight, because Weem is a little bit too far behind.
I will say this though, either one of them really deserves it. They've had 2 of the better trucks today. They were up front at the start.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear. Let's maybe... Nope, let's just park it right there.
That is not ideal from the number 2 truck. William is...
Well, you would think on the bottom line there he'd be able to drive away, unless he just took fuel only. But this is definitely going to throw a wrench in for battle for the win with 2 to go. This is going to help the 0-2 big time. That's not good. Juan getting stuck up on the outside. That might have done it right there.
Yeah, that is not good unless William Ayers.
Unless Ayers gets to the bottom of the 0-2.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to do it here.
I don't know if Ayers took tires or not. If he did, then he's either... Oh, I think he might did take tires. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, don't turn him. Whatever you do. Hey, look who's back. Jordan Stout. I don't think he's going to have enough to win this race, but he could get second for sure.
Oh, yeah. Great one from Stout. Oh, no. Burnett had to pit late. And I think so did the 88, because the 88 is... Yep, that's unfortunate.
Oh, please be ahead of... Oh! We held it. What a save. That was incredible.
Lamar Garcia make a dive bomb. Yeah, I don't think so. Garcia's gonna try making a dive bomb. Oh, he has a 1, but not quite. Avery Alfred in a chaotic race is gonna get his second round of the season at Gateway.
I'd be curious to know what the average finish is for people named Garcia with me in the booth, because I know it's not the win he wanted, but second place is pretty good too, especially in that championship battle. Need a good run. Oh, sorry, the 52 scared me there for a second. Where'd he come from?
Oh no, I don't think he was able to pit. I think a lot of people were on the tail end on the fuel strategy.
Was he coming off the pit road?
I think so, unfortunately.
I hate everything. Yeah, he was in the top. He was in the top 10. So yeah, 25th.
Yeah, 25th instead of...
I'm firing everybody. It happens. It's unfortunate, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about Avery Alford and the incredible run that he had today, as well as everybody else up at the front. We had a few people that started up near the front. They fell back. We had some people come up late. Aaron Abel was able to hang on to a top 5. That's a good run for him. That should keep him solidly best of the rest, as we'll call it.
Oh, well, that at least had everything for a 4-lap race. Oh, what the... Okay.
Oh.
The 56 just blew up. Add that to the list of things that have happened.
What do you mean? Nothing happened in this race.
What a wild race here at Gateway. But we were able to get the last 11 laps clean and green. Amazing battle right there between Avery Alford and Juan Garcia. If only that 212 of William Ayers was not in the way, who knows what the outcome would have been. Because I think Lopez, Garcia, and Avery Alford were 2 of the best trucks here tonight. Lopez in 3rd, Stout in 4th, Abel in 5th, Seidel, Bright, Mendoza, Williamson. Oh hey, how about Fitzy? I don't know, getting a top 10 finish. Great one for him. He's had a struggling season in Cup, but made it into the truck chase and with a top 10 here tonight. Caleb Bowes in 11th. Wakefield, Williamson, Reynolds, Suswai, the top 15. Matt Johnson still comes home in 16th after running up front for a lot of this race. Oskin, Sean Martin in 18th, Clarence Jr. in 19th. Anthony Hernandez rounds out the top 20. Jay Randall, Donnie Farlington, Skylar Taylor, Bradley Ream, Johnny Hernandez in 25th. Brian Nelson in 26th, and Steve Clone in 27th. Benny Watson Moon is Angel Gutierrez and Matthew Burnett 1 lap down. That's big for those 3 chases right there. And then throughout all the 4 cautions, we only have 1 truck DNF. And that was Chris Jericho in the number 4. So, a wild night, but only 1 truck ended up being in the garage. What's your final thoughts of a wild and interesting gateway race for the Powerade Truck Series?
I just gotta say, my friend Chris Jericho there, he's having a rough past month and a half behind the wheel. Seems like any series he's in, can't catch a break. Hopefully he gets that one turned around for sure. As far as the guys up front, again, I think I already said it once, but that was a solid race all around. It went about as I expected. The bottom line was the dominant line. Again, we had some comers and goers, but ultimately the trucks that were strong at the start and stayed strong through the end were the ones that we saw up front. I agree with you. It's unfortunate we didn't get probably the best battle we could have had for the win. I'm not saying Juan Garcia would have won the race, but it would have been, I believe it would have been quite a battle between the two on that white flag lap.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. It would have been one heck of a battle, but tell you what, we might not have had a great battle for the win, but we have a great battle for the point standings after 3 races of the chase. Get this, Jordan Stout has the point lead. 1 point behind is Nick Lopez. 2 points behind, Felicity Mendoza. And 4 points behind is Eli Blight.
Oh my.
5th in points is Caleb Bowes minus 14. Ayers minus 16. Seidel minus 29. Fitzy minus 31. Benny Watson minus 36. Juan Garcia minus 37. And then Sean Martin and Matthew Burnett minus 42. That's a hard break for Matthew Burnett, because at ILP I thought he was going to be championship threat, but now he is last in the chase drivers here. And a shout out to Eli Blight and Jordan Stout. Both of those drivers have 10 top 10s in 16 races now, so a little nugget right there, but what a tight championship battle we have here in the Truck Series.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, sorry. And if you could excuse my ignorance for a second, I guess I just don't have it on me right now. How many races are there to go? Could you remind me that?
After
Nathan?
tonight, there's 4 more races to go for the Powerade Truck Series.
4 more races? Okay, that's a few fewer than I thought, but in all honesty, nobody's out of it. You mentioned Shauna Martin and Matthew Burnett, 42 points back. They're not out of it. That's there's a lot of work to do, don't get me wrong, but and like the top teams all season, this is where they perform. There's a reason that they are the chase drivers fighting for it. But you saw the unfortunate incidents happen with our points leader coming in. You saw what happened to those teams. It's not over. There, you talk about the top 4 trucks being separated by 4 points. That's a heck of a battle, but it's not a 4-truck battle by any means. This is truly still anybody's, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds over the next 4 races. It's going to be edge of your seat stuff for sure.
Oh yeah, the Truck Series, I've been saying all year, has been way more competitive than what the Cup Series has been. It's been the Joe Lukowski show in the Cup Series, but the 4 races left in the Truck Series with Las Vegas, Watkins Glen, Martinsville, and Atlanta. It is going to get wild here for the Powerade Truck Series. Thanks for Jack Haas for joining me up here in the booth here in a crazy race here at Gateway, and a huge congratulations to his second win on the season for Avery Alfred. And who knows, he might be putting his name in some people's radar for a spot in a truck next season, or maybe even a cup car, who knows. But a good job from Avery Alfred here tonight. Definitely was the fastest truck. And until 2 weeks from now at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, we will see you guys out on the West Coast. Bye!